So happy to have you, B.V. Ramanan. B.V. as everyone calls you with affection and love. You're a legend of sorts for a lot of us in tabling, and especially for me, one of the presidents who's inspired me a great deal, touched my heart. It's so good that we have you on this special occasion of changeover of banquet in Coimbatore. Thank you so much, B.V., for being here.
Thank you for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to talk to you. Chris, it is my pleasure.
B.V., you have so many records. I think I know only a few. Starting with being the president with the longest tenure in the year 1999 and 2000, 18 months. Can we start with that? How did that happen?
Well, a Coimbaturian by name Ilango was responsible for it. We had passed a resolution at Cyber Hubba in Bangalore, where it was decided that all tabling years from table to national will be July-June, so that there's a uniformity in approach. Earlier we were having two presidents in one tabling year.
Right.
So it has brought a lot of good things for Roundtable India, but I was the guinea pig. So that year I won the election and didn't expect that it will be an 18 months term. But I turned that into an opportunity. 18 months I traveled to every area 7 times. Every table 7 times.
Wow. Wow.
413 days out of 540 I traveled.
That sounds crazy, and that's pure madness.
No madness, and that to consider Trichy did not have direct flights.
And coming from Trichy, and it was a time when we didn't have the kind of connectivity which we have today.
So I had to go to Chennai by train, or go to Bangalore by train, or go by car and then take a flight out from there. But it was a very satisfying experience, I must say. A little tiring, of course. After the AGM, 12 months, and then we had our AGM at High 2K, I was wondering what will I do for the next 6 months. But then enough opportunities came up.
Yeah, I think it was a great alignment to bring table, area and national board together.
Yeah,
Otherwise, the national board can be in a different format with two presidents during a tabling year. Apart from these records, BB, you also were known to have very high standards of ethos and ethics in tabling, which is remembered, and not just remembered, has set the benchmark high for the successors to come. One of the things is that you put the floor tabler above any other jewel. I'm given to understand that in the Roundtable India AGM, you were not on the head table, and the head table was not on the stage, and you were on the last round table, and everybody, irrespective of the president or any other head board member, had to sit with the floor just to send the message that floor is supreme, isn't it? Just want to hear about it. Where did it start from?
Actually, Chris, I was a very strong floor tabler. Very strong. In fact, when the name change resolution was brought in Bhubaneswar, I was one of those who fought the name change and ensured that Roundtable India's name stayed. So, always remained a strong floor tabler. So, I said we must give opportunity for floor tablers to express their views freely. And so, I called my year as the year of the floor tabler.
Wow.
It was well received, I must say, and we didn't have a head table at the banquet. Right. AGM, of course, official function, we have to sit there and conduct it. But banquet, we were all seated. I requested, and they all agreed, national board members, each one to sit in one table with their family, so that the floor tablers feel good. Yeah. That there's a national board, the vice president, the secretary, the treasurer, somebody or other would be seated in that table, and I was sitting with Maithili in the last row of that hall. It gave in fact, somebody called me a communist for doing it, but that was not the intention. Intention was to make everybody feel good.
Yeah.
And how did I start this? At the banquet in the evening, 6:30 was the banquet. 5:30, Maitli and I were at the entrance, shook hands with every tabler and circler who walked into the banquet hall.
Amazing, unbelievable though.
1,000 plus people shook hands, and by the time the program was to commence, my hands were swollen.
Oh my God. But that was the commitment to what you believed in.
Yeah, because I wanted to tell the floor tablers that you are the boss. We are here to run the association, but you are the boss, and what you want is what we have to do.
I think it's much needed reinforcement of what Roundtable has stood for. But today, recording this and sharing this with tablers of this generation and next generation, I think it's bringing back that message once again in a very powerful way from someone who has worn every jewel and who's had all the glory, putting the limelight and the spotlight on the floor table and what makes Roundtable very different. It's amazing.
There's one more element that I introduced, which was well received by the floor tabler at that AGM. I said, we are not going to appoint any sergeants. Every area will provide its sergeant.
Okay.
So there was a sergeanting competition between the 7 areas.
Okay.
Each one did fantastic. Area 7 won the best sergeanting award competition.
Really? Okay.
And what is the award given by the president? 25 coupon books for them to enjoy in the bar.
That was worth fighting for.
But brilliant. Yeah. Each one came up with brilliant ideas. So what happened? It brought everybody into it. They wanted to see what the other area was doing.
Yes.
So I had very good, in fact, Bob, who was there at that AGM, and he was given the Tabler of the Millennium Award, the Century, Tabler of the Century Award. And he told me, I have not seen this crowd at the beginning, commencement.
Yeah.
No question of waiting.
Yeah.
Not for nothing, I was called headmaster.
So, B.V., this is also a very intriguing thing that you were a teetotaler, you are a teetotaler.
Always.
And in an organized roundtable where part of fellowship is goes with drinks, right? And you have traveled widely across the country, been in every event. Was it a challenge to connect with the tablers in social events because you didn't have a drink? Out of curiosity?
Absolutely not. In fact, when I had a very tough election for vice president. I was a floor tabler who stood against the current NST.
Oh my God, okay.
And it was a very tough election, and people are even commenting, we don't see him at the bar. But I think, again, that is what gave me the necessity to call it the year of the floor tabler. The floor tabler responded to my speech beautifully. Because Maitli was in the audience, and she told me, the moment I went back, she told me, if a level of claps is any indication, you have swept this election. And I did. That's what I heard from the scrutineers much later after I retired.
Incredible.
So floor tablers are unique, and we have to listen to them. I am very clear. Of course, there will be some bad apples here and there, but generally, they given an opportunity and bringing the seriousness into the meetings, they will offer very good solutions. You must remember, I had to do a lot of cleaning up of Roundtable India, financial cleaning up.
Yes, that was something that I was going to come to. Can you just elaborate and give us some insight into that?
We had a lot of debt, unpaid bills, supply house stock of 7 years, 8 years back. Everything I took it out, and Mr. Devarajan, the then administrative officer, helped me. We put together. I was a sort of I was more than a traveling president. I was a traveling salesman. I had a bag, which had greeting card boxes left unsold 5 years earlier.
Oh.
And I had another bag which had supply house items and foundation jewels, LMF jewels. Because you know that is the year the biggest growth of the foundation happened. From 48 lakhs to 1.2 crores in 1 year.
Incredible.
So all these things had an impact.
BB, you mentioned about foundation. A lot of young tablers don't fully understand the history behind foundation, the purpose, and how it exists today. Some insight into how the foundation was formed, how it's functioning today. You've been part of that foundation for decades. You've been the chairman of the foundation, and you've contributed significantly to the development of the foundation and consequently Roundtable India through the foundation. Can you share some of your experience and thoughts on
I was not a tabler when the foundation was formed. 1980 is the year when Bob was retiring. Jagdish Chandran, he prefers to be called by that name, or past tabler of Table 9, Coimbatore, a very large-hearted individual. He contributed 20 lakhs in 1980, and with that the land was bought and the building was made. Tables were supposed to contribute 10 lakhs, all tables put together.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that did not come. Even we got about 30% of that money. So we had to necessarily sell a couple of floors to others, and whereas the idea was entire thing was to be rented and the rent was to come to the corpus of the foundation.
Got it.
Nothing lost. We have done well. I again, the foundation gave me honor. The day I retired as president or handed over as president, same day I became the secretary of the foundation, first tabler to be a secretary. Normally it is past tablers.
Yeah, it is always past tablers.
I was an active tabler then when I became the secretary of the foundation.
That's another record of sort.
I don't know if it's a record, but it happened. It is a big surprise.
Right.
I was a secretary for 6 years and 10 years as chairman. And we had a very good team, Jaikumar Ramdas, Ilango, Chettiar. We were able to do a lot of good things for the set, a lot of process. And
Right.
in 2018, much against the wishes of the then chairman, Ilango, and trustees, I said, I have to move on. I can't continue to be a trustee because I have to give others an opportunity. So, much to the anger of Bob, I had to quit.
No one is surprised. You've always been wanting to, send the elevator down to the next leader.
Yeah.
And from a governance point of view and from a support point of view, how does Roundtable India function, or rather, how does Roundtable India Foundation support Roundtable India tables and circles, and how strong is the governance?
See, foundation's biggest strength is continuity. I was chairman for 10 years. Jangs was there. So the trustees have run the foundation exceedingly well. The first person to turn around the foundation into a very good organization is Chettiar when he was secretary. And from there on, we have not looked back. And we have got very good trustees coming in thereafter. With Vagish as chairman now, I am sure the next 4-5 years, the foundation will reach great heights. Our aim is we only contribute to the table and circles projects. There was even an attempt in between by some past tablers to move money to Rotary and all that. We said no, it will not. And it has stayed that way. And we have increased the corpus, running it efficiently and supporting the table and circle. One thing people will say, we get 5 crores from X company, 5 crores from this company. Foundation is for tables and circles who are small, come from small towns, can't raise big money. We are there to support them. New tables, new circles, they get support. So it is a continuing process, but now when I see the annual report of the foundation, even big tables are seeking financial support.
Almost
now.
Every table,
yeah.
As far as
I'm happy that it is no more looked at as a poor man's
not at all.
payment organization.
My tabling years, no one had such a perception. We always knew that was one grant that we can depend on, won't change.
Yeah.
Because the what we get from corporate donors changes, fluctuates.
No,
And,
we have had a series of leaders who have kept the ethics and integrity of the foundation intact, and not one mistake has ever happened in that foundation. So that is, and remember, it is now 45 years plus. So it's not a small record, it's a big record,
absolutely.
which Roundtable can be proud of. Remember one thing, all of us must remember, foundation, who built the foundation?
Tablers.
Tablers and past tablers who have now become past tablers. They donated it as tablers, now they are past tablers, and many like me continue to contribute to the foundation even after we retired.
Right.
So it is love for the movement, nothing else.
The past tablers wanted to continue contributing to the movement.
Yeah.
Without interfering into the tabling activities, but being a silent support. And I think that's beautiful.
Bob, the idea of Bob to have a permanent secretariat is the reason for the growth and well-being of Roundtable India. No other organization has that kind of a national secretariat. That's when Ashwini Surendra, the then president of LC India, requested me, we immediately allotted space in the foundation of, in the building for Ladies Circle office. Same case with 41ers Club. Now Tangent, everybody has offices there. So it is ownership.
Especially in an organization that's transient. Every year leadership changes, tablers come in, go out, retirement happens, offices change. I think this secretariat is what keeps the continuity and stability.
Binding force.
Binding force.
Yes, it's a binding force. There's one office where all of us are connected.
Yes. I think a visionary thinking.
Without Bob and his contribution, Roundtable India may not have been this big today.
We're missing Bob today.
I tried my best. I tried my best to. Even this evening I spoke to him. He excused himself.
I can totally understand. B.V, I'll also take this opportunity to ask for your views on governance because Roundtable India Foundation has adopted a lot of best practices with respect to compliances, checks and balances. Yes, there is a bit of a challenge in a transient organization like Roundtable India Trust, which is managed by the office bearers of Roundtable India. Yet, with the limitations, what can be done to strengthen our governance from a reporting, transparency, compliance point of view? How do we build more checks and balances to give more comfort to donors?
Roundtable India has had some hiccups. You and I know that. If you look at it succinctly, it is more to do with the individual. The organization by itself did not fail us. We can't blame the checks and balances failed us. But the individual was responsible for it. It is not like a group of some 20 people came together and did something wrong. So it was a very painful time for me as a person who has set systems and processes after a lot of effort. During Vagish was so kind to allow me to start as a vice president itself to set processes. So almost 30 months I was only doing this again and again and again. It's unfortunate, but I don't think we should be too worried about it. You need to get the floor tabler well informed so that he can ask the right questions which can lead to better organization strengthening.
Right.
Otherwise, it will be difficult. If everything is passed, you know, I used to make fun. I used to say everything you can't say fellowship. It is not going to be that. Fellowship is different, but you can't have fellowship.
Pass on the basis of fellowship.
That cannot happen.
There's a line that divides both.
Yeah, we must be. I request through this podcast all tablers to be organization men. Organization should be more important for you than these. When it comes to choosing between a friendship and organization should
put that above, because we are
Yes.
here because of the
Yes,
organization.
and it is our bounden duty to build that organization well and keep it safe. Yes, I made a lot of. I had a lot of problems. Many individuals hold it against me. But what do I do when I am president? I can be your friend when I am an ordinary tabler.
Yeah,
But when I am president, I wear a jewel,
Yeah.
which is a really heavy jewel,
yeah.
and you are bound to respect it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a very beautiful message to all of us, that we need to preserve what we love most.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. It is our bounden duty. It is. We are not doing any favor to
Yeah,
Roundtable India. Once we are a member, we have to do it right.
BV, I would like to ask something on publicity. Why I'm asking you this question is, I think you have the unique record of actually shaking hands and spending time with the Prime Minister of this country on account of a project. I don't think before or after that it has happened. How do we make this happen more? Because I feel Roundtable as an organization deserves to be in that page 3 for the kind of work we are doing, but we're not getting there. Want to know about that incident, and also your thoughts on how we can get to that level of engagement.
Mine was a very unfortunate time in the annals of the country. You remember 1999 July, we had the Kargil war, and many of our soldiers were losing lives. I had a tabler friend in Koilon, Satish Nair. He called me one night, BV, we have to do something about this. I said, what do you suggest? He said, why don't you all raise funds? I'm contributing, I think he contributed 2 or 3 lakhs. I'm going to help you, let's raise it. I said, I'll match, I'll keep going. Everybody, all of us, in a matter of 9 days, if I remember right, we had formed the Kargil Welfare Fund, Roundtable India Kargil Welfare Fund, raised 50 lakhs plus, and I took a DD, sought appointment with Mr. Vajpayee through Delhi's famous tabler,
Okay.
Alok Parsuram Puria.
I see.
Very well connected person, big industrialist, and he got me the appointment. And what was supposed to be a 2-minute appointment to go, hand over, take a picture and come out, because BBC people were waiting for interviewing him. We were in the final stage of the war. So having gone there, I thought, let me take the Freedom to Education booklet and hand over to him. When I handed over to him, he was stunned. If I don't know how many of you know, the first Freedom to Education booklet was a black book with children standing behind the jail,
I see.
a cage. Very hitting.
Very powerful.
Yeah, very powerful message.
The freedom has to come out through education.
So he asked me what it was. With my little Hindi, I conveyed the message. He said, I'm proud that youngsters of this country have taken up something very valuable. I feel very happy about you guys. So,
I think,
so what happened when I came out, the next person was Drin. I told Drin, you must go immediately. Don't give a gap.
Yeah.
But he could not do it, or what happened, I don't know. In fact, I have been telling, I think I even told you when you visited me before you took over, I said every president must meet the Prime Minister. Now, in this case, the last 12 years, we have had a Prime Minister who knows Roundtable. Gujarat, the kind of work Gujarat tablers did after the earthquake, unbelievable work they have done. We could have easily linked up on that, and that could have continued for 12 years. If it continues for 12 years,
yes, anything that's continued for few years have remained in Roundtable as a culture.
And they also will know how, okay, annually the Prime Minister meets. And we could have opened many more doors for us.
Absolutely.
I feel very sad that, we have not taken this opportunity.
Me too. Because what was done then, at that point of time, had it been carried on for few years, it would have been a part of our culture and tradition. And I think what we would like to take back here, BV, of course, the incoming board who will be watching this soon, is that I think let's repeat the history. And this time, I think there should be a commitment to carry this forward.
Yeah, start. Make a
Yes.
good start,
Yeah,
and there must be a commitment
yeah,
to take it forward.
yeah. At the highest level.
Highest level.
And maybe
Nothing
why
short.
not with the chief ministers of the
We
states
have
as
done
well?
that. That I
Yes.
did many chief ministers. You know, I knew Chandrababu Naidu Garu very well. At that time, Mr. Karunanidhi was chief minister. We got this governments to sign MOU with us. Mr. Karunanidhi gave us, he said, you contribute 25% of the project cost, I'll give you 75%. And the money was given to Round Table. They didn't build. Same thing happened with Mr. Chandrababu Naidu. When we inaugurated a school of Hyderabad 8, a school in a Muslim slum in the center, so that the girls could come inside the girls' school. Beautifully built by the table.
Right.
And Mr. Chandrababu Naidu asked me asked them how much does it cost per square feet. At that time it was some 1,100 or something. He said, I think I'll hand over all school buildings to you guys in the state. We are not fit to build. Beautifully you have done.
Yeah.
That's when he sent out, I gave him a list of centers where tables exist, and he sent out letters to all the collectors, all projects, school, involve Round Table.
So, B.V., do you have these pictures in archive? You meeting the Prime Minister, the
Yeah,
Chief Minister?
I have even.
I think somewhere down the line, I think it's got lost in our archives. If this
I can
be
scan it and send it to you with even Mr. Chandrababu Naidu and Mr. C.R.
because we can go back to Chandrababu Naidu today. We can go to
he knows Round Table
Modi
very
ji today
well.
with Vajpayee, one of the tallest leaders, being there. Then why not us now?
And Mr. Modi doesn't need that
He knows.
picture. He knows Round Table. He inaugurated the first school building in Bhuj. So he knows.
So I think it's just that we just need to go and reconnect and be there in that space.
Yes.
Because it has wide ramifications in terms of extension, projects, CSR. Because when you're seen in the right
goodwill
place,
it generates will be unbelievable even for our donors.
For donors.
One side is membership, another side is donors. Okay, the Prime Minister trusts this organization.
What a message!
We are a very special organization where we don't spend money on administrative cost.
Zero overheads.
How many of them are there? I know.
Nobody.
I don't want to mention names. Nearly 30-40% goes on administration. Whereas you give me 1 rupee, I put 1 rupee, spend 2 rupees.
And all the expenses of our secretary are met through our subscriptions. Through another sister organization, Round Table India.
So we have to do that.
Beautiful, beautiful. B.V., actually I can sit with you for 12 hours and I know there's so much content that we can do. But in the interest of the COB and your time, one question I'd like to ask is, at a time where there have been, unfortunately, issues where the headboard members have been pulled up for small things, to do with integrity, with reimbursement and things like that. You're a person who actually did not take the money that was allotted for your travel as a president.
Yes.
And you gave that back to charity.
Yeah, to tables and circles.
I mean, what a strong message that was, and I want that to resonate for us today.
It's like this, Chris. That's a small money. I will not say small money. In 1999, I got, because I did 1.5 years, I got nearly 16-17 lakhs, including international travel and all that.
That was your approved budget.
Approved budget. I told Round Table India people, they said you can't. Originally, the idea was not to take it. Then it will affect the budget of next year. So they said, what do we do? So I said, okay, this is my account. I opened a special account in Chennai for that bank account. These people deposited the check there. I got an update of what is the balance available. Wherever I went, I cut checks to various projects. I saw a beautiful project. I cut a check for the table. So like that, I spent every rupee. In fact, I had to put some more money in to conclude all the commitments they had given. But that was a very satisfying moment. See, you look at me, I think 500 crore is the amount I have contributed to the foundation. In fact, I have already prepared myself. From this year, I will again continue to contribute. See, the thing is, You were asking me about the travel. The best part of the travel as president was being home hosted by tablers. I enjoyed it. And many homes did not have an extra bedroom. I slept on the couch. Many of them did not have an air condition. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just the thought, I can't use those words they use for me. They are simply thrilled. And that motivates the tabler. You are talking about publicity. In the morning, I'm an early riser. Even if I go to sleep at 2, I'm up at 5.
Wow.
So 6 o'clock I go out, I go and sit in the house, in the living room. Whom do I see? I see the parents, especially in North. They look at me, this guy is, like our weakness. But then I used to talk to them and all that. Oh, really? You do all this? That is why, for the first time, in fact, I had to pay a 5,000 rupees fine to the sergeant when I announced Parents' Day. Only time when Parents' Day was held in Roundtable India. I said, we are going out and publicizing. What about our own home? Our parents. The idea was the parents should let loose the tablers to go and do tabling. Many tablers had that problem.
We couldn't have done what we
difficulty.
did.
I can mention Bangalore 44. They built the first roundtable school. They had a Parents' Day, and you know what? Some 9 parents contributed 1 classroom each.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
So, the moment they know what we are doing, they respect us. After all, it is something that they also feel very happy about. So, parents, in fact, I keep telling them, now it's time. At that time, we had some 300, 400 school projects. Now we have thousands. This is the time you guys should do Parents' Day once more. And bring happiness to the parents.
I really wish this thought goes deep into our tablers' hearts, and I think it will be wonderful to have it as one of the RTI week celebration. One day could be perhaps then it becomes a repetitive event and well deserved.
And I was considered a project man.
Right.
For Roundtable India infrastructure projects. First, Operation Thirst, next, Right to Learn, and Freedom to Education. 3 projects I channelized. So, when I spoke at a board meeting that I want to do more for fellowship, I want organized fellowship. That emerged the Fellowship Day. The National Fellowship Day was, the first one was held in 99 November, the last day of RTI week. The Saturday.
Okay, NFD as we call it.
NFD as people have named it. It has become like Manrega. So, NFD as you people call it was my brainchild.
So
implemented in 1999 November, and typical of me, B.V. Ramanan as I am known, I made even rules for the National Fellowship Day. If table A meets table B during National Fellowship Day, table B comes to A's city, A has to be invited by B in the same year.
Right.
So that return fellowship is there.
The spirit of that is still there. Tables don't do something within their own fraternity. They go to another
you didn't hear me. You have to hear me out. Okay. The original rules was only 2 tables will meet.
Thank you, B.V. I always knew you were a legend, and everybody around me respected you so much. But today, actually listening to some of your thoughts and how a lot of the things that you've done are resonating today and will continue to resonate makes us all so grateful for all that you've done. A leader with integrity, a leader with commitment, passion, hard work, who always put the organization above self, and a leader who always put the floor tabler above the jewel. We're so proud to have you with us. Thank you so much, B.V. It's been a pleasure having you on this podcast.
Actually, I must thank you, Chris. You're bringing back memories of my life as a tabler. I can never give up. I will always be a tabler till the last day of my life. And I will support in whatever way possible tabling.
Thank you for being you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.